156 catches, 2,300 yards, 20 touchdowns as an Ole Miss Rebel. We're really excited to be joined here by Donte Moncrief. Donte, first of all, what's going on, man? How you been? What's going on in the world of Donte Moncrief?
Man, I've been good, man. Just been training, trying to get back ready. Coming off of knee school, keeping my family together, keeping my head up high, keeping God first.
I was just out at fall camp today. I was telling B-Hud this. Man, I don't think I'm ever going to get used to the heat down here in Mississippi. I've been here 5 football seasons. What was camp like for you during your time at Ole Miss? And being a Mississippian, did you handle it any better than your teammates that may have been from a little bit farther north, or does nobody get used to this heat?
No, I mean, it's kind of hard to get used to Mississippi heat, man. It's dry, but camp was tough always in Oxford. My first year I had Nut, and that's when we had Coach Decker and those guys. I mean, that's when we was able to do 2 of these. So that camp probably been the worst camp of my life. But then as Freeze came in, like, it was still hard, but it was like reasonable hard. And like it was more competition. So I feel like, camp was camp in Oxford, man. I just like being with my brothers and just like having fun. As long as you're having fun in camp, you can make camp fun as you want it to be.
Well, it's all about building towards an opener, and the Rebs this year have a big one against Louisville. Let's run through your season openers. 3 catches against BYU as a freshman. The big one against Central Arkansas, 104 yards and a touchdown. And the one of the most fun games I remember ever watching was that opener between y'all and Vanderbilt, 5 receptions for 56 yards in that game. What are season openers like? You've played a lot of ball in your life. I remember in high school, you get those jitters. Do they ever go away as you continue to go into your first game of the season?
No, those jitters there. If you don't get jitters, man, you're not playing the game right. Everybody get jitters, man. I just say, like, the season opener to us, especially in Oxford, like as Ole Miss, like that's the tone setter. You want to set the tone early. You want to go out there in that first game, let the world know, okay, like this is what we're gonna get out the Ole Miss Rebels every game. And Freeze always is big on that. Like I can say this, like Freeze's main thing was, man, one game at a time, but that first game that's his tone setter. So we always wanted to go out there and set the tone early, like even if offense is on the field first, they're like, bro, let's score, set the tone. Defense gonna get a stop, and we're gonna score again. So I feel like that first game I was a tone setter.
What was that like? You talk about, we're talking about home openers, or talking about openers in general, but walking through the Grove for that first time each season. I mean, just recall that. Like, what is that like? Walk us through what that.
That's the best feeling you can get, man. Walking through the Grove, man, before the game. All those fans, they're there for you. They want to see you do good. Like all those fans, when you walk through, like time you hit the field, when you get ready to go in there to get ready, bro, your mind is like you'll run through a wall right now. Like it feels great. Like there's nothing like the Grove, man. The Grove is the best place to be, man.
Well, you're a fan favorite, obviously, in your time here. And one of the things I think is going to be consistent on this podcast as we move forward is talking to guys about their favorite memories from playing days. But, I mean, one at the top of your list for Ole Miss has to be 2012 Egg Bowl, Feed Moncrief night. Walk us through that. You got 7 receptions, 173 yards, 3 touchdowns. I was telling Seth this. I was a game director back then, and I told our DJ, Ty New, who was our grad assistant, was running the music. I was like, just play Feed Moncrief every time out.
I just remember
he just kept pounding it. I mean, it was just we were wearing it out.
That was Freeze. That was Freeze's first year going against State.
Right.
And his thing like, bro, we got to get the Egg Bowl. We got to get the trophy back home. And I remember him like, it was like a day before the game, like I think like the secondary guys did an interview at Starkville. And Jonathan Banks was like, they were like, how do y'all feel about Donte Moncrief? And he was like, who is Donte Moncrief? Like,
mistake.
Yeah, and then like Freeze showed it to me. He was like, they don't know who you are. Like, what you gonna do? And he came to me the first play of that game, if you remember. I ran a go ball on the left side, the very first play.
Oh, yeah.
And I caught it for like 40-some yards. And he was like, it's more to be remembered, let's go. And like he just fed me that night. Like he had my confidence was through the roof.
So tell me the story. I do remember this because I just literally right before you got on, we were watching some highlights. You guys came out that night in the camo undershirts. Do you remember like what was behind that? Can you tell us a little bit of insight about that?
I don't remember because like then they would just like put like stuff in your locker that they wanted you to wear.
Right.
And like back then, like we never got to wear crazy stuff. So when I seen the camo, everybody like, oh, but we got camo. Like, oh, we about to be fresh. But like everybody just wore the camo, man. I feel like, hey, we came out and did our thing in the camo.
Do you have that song on your phone? Like, do you have that MP3 on your phone that you listen to from time to time? Do you ever pull up the YouTube? I think if there was a rap song about me or B Hud, probably the same. If somebody wrote a rap song about me, I'd listen to it every day.
But I watched that video. It was crazy. I watched that video probably like 2 weeks ago because my oldest daughter, Milena, like she loves the song. Like she's seen the video. Like she loves the song. So like I remember the last game I came to, they played it when I was on the field.
Okay.
Like I was just watching, and my daughters was like up top, and like my mama like recorded them, like listen to the song, jumping up down, but like it was crazy.
That's awesome. So your quarterback during that game is a guy named Bo Wallace. Bo Wallace doesn't have necessarily the NFL, numbers or pedigree, but as a gamer, talk about Bo Wallace. I mean, I know you played with some incredible quarterbacks over your career so far. Talk about Bo Wallace and just what he meant for that time and that place in Ole Miss, and just his competitive nature and what he means to you.
To me, I feel like Bo was like the main reason that change happened at Oxford. Like when Bo got to Oxford, our offense went from can be good to can we be stopped. Like Bo was that good of a guy. He was a leader. He was smart, and he came in with that like that. We're not gonna be basic. Like everybody about to be on the same level. I'm not leaving nobody behind. And like his work ethic like pushed everybody else. And like he really, to me, I feel like Bo changed the mindset of like the offense at Oxford.
What kind of characteristics does he share with guys like Andrew Luck, Ben Roethlisberger, dudes that are real big time players in National Football history lore, National Football League history? You just like you described, he changed a lot, but didn't get that opportunity to be a guy in the NFL.
I think if Bo didn't get hurt, my junior year was his senior year. No, he had one more year. He got hurt my junior year, but he kept playing through it, and people didn't really know that. But he was hurt. Like Bo was healthy like his sophomore year, and came back and had another year like that, bro. Bo would have still been in the NFL right now. He just didn't really get that shot. But Bo was a fantastic quarterback.
And in 2013, you played with probably one of the best defenses Ole Miss has ever had. Mike Wallace, Mike Hilton, Trey Elston, the Kimdichis, C.J. Johnson. I mean, there was some dudes on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
What were those practices like when you go ones versus ones and you're playing against the number one defense and you guys are trying to kind of prove yourself as, our offense is really good. What were those practices like?
It was Freeze made it like our first thing we did at practice was competition. We was going 3 receivers versus 3 DBs. We're going to have 1 running back. And it's on us to score. They stop us. And that was the first thing we did just to get the juices going. It used to be me, Treadwell, and Cody Core against Cody Pruitt, Trey Elston, and Sinclair. So, like, that's like everybody circling around.
I forgot about Sinclair. Sinclair is incredible.
It was crazy. And then, like, time we get through with that, we went to red ball, which was ones-on-ones, no huddle for a 100-yard drive. And whoever lose, you got to run out the practice. So it was always competition, and we always pushed each other. Like, it was time where me and Sinclair would, like, literally hate each other in practice, but we knew it was getting each other better. We got off the field, we best friends. But on that field, I don't like you, Sinclair. You don't like me. We about to, it's on, it's ready. But that came down to the same thing in every position. Like, we always pushed each other, like, to the point. Like, we got to the game, it was easy.
To that point, it did feel like offense and defense. Like, I don't think people realize how really kind of segmented that is. Whenever you're going to offensive meetings, you're going to wide receiver meetings, you're watching film, you're around your offensive guys all the time. And same thing with defense. I felt like those teams of those couple of years, 12 and 13, maybe some of it was like the rebuild. So it was, we're all in this together. We've got to figure this out. But I do feel like those teams in general on both sides of the ball were very close. Do you have that same kind of feeling?
It wasn't a time that we wasn't together, like off the field. Like if you seen, like my house was like the get-together house. I lived in Greystone. I can't even think of the road, what it is. The road that's on B's Barbecue.
Yeah, College Hill or Old.
So yeah, like and everybody used to literally just come to my house. Like it was, we didn't even have the bowling alley. Like if we'd had a bowling alley stuff like they got now, it would have been worse. Like we was like brothers for real. Like everybody treated each other like we had the same mom, man. Like nobody ever wanted for nothing. Like we always took care of each other. If I got it, he got it. And what's crazy, St. Quiz was my neighbor.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So you'd be knocking on his door after practice and say, "Stop jamming me," and
Hey, Sinclair, bro, come outside. Let's get this one-on-one, bro. You
I was
one
gonna say,
last.
I picture you guys in the parking lot at Greystone, just lining up against each other.
Come on.
Have some kid or somebody out there just tossing anything, a paper ball, just anything.
I'll never forget my best memory of Sinclair. Though we was running 110s on a Friday, and we had 21 10s. We got to like number 15, and we bent down and run number 16. I heard him to my left. He was like, "For you, mama, for you, mama." Like he was just whispering like something to get him going. And I looked over and I'm like, "What is this man talking about?" And then I asked him about the play. He was like, "Bro, I had to get some motivation. Bro. I was about to die."
Whatever it takes, right?
yeah, it goes back to that Mississippi Heat. Well, let's stop talking about the defense. It's time to stop gassing them up. Ole Miss has put receiver after receiver after receiver into the NFL. DK, AJ, Elijah Moore in the last 5 years. Those guys really credit you for the start of the lineage of the great Ole Miss wide receiver. What does it mean to you to hear that?
Man, it's huge, man, because man, that's a tradition. That's a thing that kept going. But people like my thing is I credit the Mike Wallace, the Marquis Summers, the Shays, those guys. That what made me want to go to Ole Miss. When I seen Dexter McCluster catching passes and going to running back and then doing all that, in my mind, I'm like, I don't need them. I want to go to Ole Miss. These guys are electric right now. So when I got there, I don't know, I just put my head down. I just remember my dad saying, like, just go up there and be you. You be yourself and anything can happen. And I just went up there and I did whatever I can to make everybody around me better. And I feel like that's what I did to those guys. I mean, even my room was Vince Sanders and Jameis Logan and Jordan Holder and those guys. And those guys don't get the credit, but those guys really helped me to be the guy that I became in Oxford.
Well, I think a receiver gets painted as a diva far too often for there only being one ball, right? You want the ball. I know you want the ball, Dante, but why was it so important for you to pass along a work ethic and skills and everything you knew about the game to these young guys because they were coming to take reps from you, essentially?
Man, my thing was like, if I eat and he eat, we all eat. I don't want to just eat by myself. If I'm going crazy and they double team me and you catch a ball, I still feel like I caught a ball because I'm bringing coverage to me. So my thing always was, man, like once I figured out receiver, because I only played receiver like my end of my junior to my senior year in high school, but we ran wing T. So when I got to Ole Miss and Coach Brewer started teaching me receiver, like I just worked there every day to the point where all the other guys, the older guys, like, damn, we're gonna work with you too. And like it just became a tradition to now when other guys come in and like, oh bro, we gotta keep it going. And it just kept going from that point. Like right now, you got Braylon Sanders, who I feel like he's going top 2 rounds, bro. He's in a different mindset.
He's playing incredible. Looks incredible in practice for
So
sure.
you're keeping up with it, and you're watching guys like Elijah and DK and AJ and Laquan fighting with the Jags right now.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you to see them have, one, the success they had at Ole Miss, continuing the tradition, and two, staying in the league and making a name for themselves there?
Man, I'm happy. Man, I couldn't be more happy, man. Those guys chose to come to Ole Miss when they could have went to any school in the country. They came to Ole Miss, started a legacy, left with a legacy, and they continue to play on, man. Like, those guys always were different. They had it. AJ, DK, Quan, the Screenfellas, the Cody Cores, all those guys, man. Like, it's just somebody, man. We produce our receivers at Ole Miss, and we have that net, we have that it, and we want the ball.
One of my favorite things to see with you, and that I've always noticed, and obviously in the social media world that we're in now, is on signing day, you always tweet out or put something out there about the best decision you ever made was coming to Ole Miss.
Yes.
How involved do you try to stay on that regard, right? Because again, Ole Miss is always trying to get the best players. I mean, right now you've got a high-powered offense that kids are going to want to come play in, right? And so it seems like with you being credited a lot for kind of that first guy, that first wide receiver star. How important do you feel like it is for you to be involved in those processes of making sure that guys coming out of high school know that you had a great experience, that you honed your skills at Ole Miss and enjoyed your time here?
I mean, I had a lot of offers, man. Like I could have went and played at plenty of places, a lot of places in the world, man. But it was just that feeling of Oxford. That one visit I took, I knew it was over there, and that was my. I think I was a freshman in high school. I went up there like a nobody, no offers, no stars. And I just went up there and I fell in love with it. The town, bro, the people. I went to the game, man. And what's crazy, I went to the game when Cam Newton scored a touchdown on us against Auburn. And bro, like I fell in love with it, man. It's nothing like Oxford. Like the Grove. Like I tell people, like Sinclair said in one of his things, I'm like, bro, if you don't want to go to Oxford, don't take that visit, bro. Because there's nothing like it, man. The feeling is electric. And I just feel like I just want like the kids to understand, like you don't have to go to the big huge schools to be successful. Like you can go to Ole Miss and do the same thing. And that was the thing with us. My class in Mississippi was, bro, we ain't got to go to Bama and LSU. Like, bro, let's all stay home and let's change the mindset of Ole Miss. But if you look at my class, like all of us stayed home. Cody Pruitt, C.J. Johnson, Aaron Morris, Senquez, like all the top guys in Mississippi, Nick Brazel, Tobias Singleton, we just stayed together. And, bro, like after that year, it just felt like it got better and better, and it just continued to go.
There is so much pride with Mississippi high school football players and athletes, and you're talking about it here. So what did it mean to that group to represent the flagship here in Oxford? And what is that pride with, I hear a lot of people talk about I've lived in Alabama. I've seen Alabama high school football. I grew up playing in Western Pennsylvania, and there's a lot of pride with that. But I feel like it's different down here. What is that? Why is that so tangible?
Because we don't get the credit that we deserve. So it's like we're gonna make y'all respect what we do. So it's like a chip on all of our shoulder, like come from Mississippi. Like people don't understand. My school, I graduated with 38 people, 39 people. I came from a small school, bro. Like I was the first person to go D1 from my school. So like it's always that chip that we have. Like no matter where you go to school in Mississippi, it's like, bro, they don't believe in us. We're not the Florida, we're not the Texas, we're not the Louisiana. So like let's show these guys that Mississippi guys can play too. We just don't get the credit we deserve.
Well, you were talking about it a little bit before, Dante, coming off of a knee scope, looking to get back out there in the NFL. You've had a hell of a career so far to this point, but what are you doing to get back to full strength? What do you believe you can still offer some NFL squads?
Oh, man, a lot. I'm 28 years old, going on year 8. I feel the best I've felt in the last 3 years, man. I played through a lot of injuries that I kept to myself, but at the same time, like I chose to do that, so it was on me. So I feel like a healthy me just going out there and being myself, man, get back to those number 12 Ole Miss days, man, and make defenses regret everything, all the things that they said and all, just go out there and have fun and smile, man. That's the thing about it. If you're not having fun with football, it's not going to be fun, bro.
Is that the biggest thing you've learned being a pro player, that it's still a game? I'm sure you're getting paid for it now, but that the family aspect of it, the teammates, the friendships you make from your teammates and everything. What is that the grand lesson you've learned being an NFL player?
Man, I always like your mental health is the biggest part of the game, bro. Because you can get to yourself where, like, I went through a situation for 2 years where my confidence was the lowest ever been in my life. But I kept it to myself and I just tried to play through it, and it was horrible. So, bro, I always keep your mental, man. Keep a good people in your corner and keep your head on straight, bro. Smile. Because you're blessed to be in a situation, even if you're practice squad or 53, bro, you're blessed. Smile. Keep your mental the way it's supposed to be, bro, and just have fun. And the game gonna go how it's gonna go.
Yeah, I think we can all respect that.
How much of a pull is that, really quick? Because the mental side of it now, I think, has such more spotlight, and really in the last 4 or 5 years. How big of a pull is that? You come out, you're even with you playing at Ole Miss, you come out and you don't really start getting the chatter until you go to the combine. You run a 4.4, sub 4.4, 40. Now all of a sudden people are paying attention quickly. And now you get drafted, and I'm sure once you kind of get in that moment, now all the chatter starts, right, from all the outside and whatever. Like, what do you do to kind of, you said keeping your mental straight, like, what is that process to you to really be in tune with the mental side of everything that's going on in your life?
As a rookie, man, I had Reggie Wayne in my room. I had T.Y. Hilton in my room. So, like, it was always times where, like, you could have 8 catches with 2 drops in a game, and it felt like you was the worst player on the field. And as a rookie, when that's in your head, it's like, damn, bro, you start like losing your confidence. And once you lose your confidence, it's so hard to get it back.
Right.
Then it goes to like you drop one pass, you out the game, like mentally, like, bro, I don't even want the ball no more. Like I don't trust myself. So I just feel like I went through that situation later on in my career because early in my career I had older guys in my room that was able to like, hey, forget that, like move on. You know what you can do. Move on to the next play. Let's make the play. But like, man, if your mental and your confidence is gone, bro, it's hard to like play the game because you're gonna doubt yourself so much.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, good advice and good information for sure.
As we wrap this up with you here today, Dante, B-Hud's going to hit you with a couple rapid fire questions, and then we'll send you back on your rehab mission to get back to the league. B-Hud, hit us with it.
Are you ready? Rapid fire.
Let's go.
You got one pass to catch. Who's throwing it?
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. Nice. I'm surprised by that answer. All right, best DB to ever cover you. Not that they can cover you, but if they could, who's the best?
Darrelle Revis, my rookie year in the NFL.
Harder transition, high school to college or college to NFL?
High school to college.
Most memorable touchdown in your career, college or
rookie year, Pittsburgh Steelers cover 2, Andrew Luck.
If football wasn't your career, what's the other sport you play? Like what's the one you
basketball? Basketball for sure.
And then other than Vaught Hemingway Stadium, what's your favorite stadium you've ever played in?
Seattle, loudest stadium in the world.
Is it as raucous as everybody talks about?
Bro, DK is in the perfect place right now.
I think, too, you may have changed your answer to throwing you the ball and touchdown had you played in the Lane Kiffin offense here at Ole Miss. Now with Matt Corral dishing out the rock, I think you probably would have enjoyed your time doing that as well.
Yeah, man. Hey, Hugh Freeze is doing some things down there too now.
No doubt. You keep up with the current team pretty well. Like, do you know what's happening with the guys?
Everything. Anything you ask me, I know right now.
That's good to know, man.
I'll have to get you on a trivia show surrounding Ole Miss. Be how to make that work. Hey, Dante, appreciate your time, man. This has been such a joy. We wish you the best of luck as you get rehabbed up and get right back on an NFL roster. We know you still have things to offer.
Yes, sir. Howdy, toddy.